Hello everybody, welcome to my living room. I hope that you have got a mat and a couple of blocks and a strap. I'm sitting on a folded blanket. That might make your hips a little more comfortable. And please start with me here in a comfortable sitting position. Take some time to settle in. It helps me to soften my shoulders if I turn my hands palms up. So if that resonates with you or feels comfortable for you, why don't you join me in a similar shape? Just begin to settle into your breath. It's helpful here to close your eyes or to soften your gaze if that's more comfortable. Turn your attention inward. Maybe start to soften wherever you might feel physical tension in the body, usually shoulders, jaw. If it's comfortable for you, please bring your hand, just one of them, to the front of your belly. Staying relaxed here as you breathe in. Notice this area expanding as you fill the bottom third of your lungs with every inhale, allowing this area to soften and draw in towards your spine with every exhale. Focus on the feeling of expansion as you breathe in and of softening as you breathe out. Remember, you can breathe in and out through your nose, in through your nose, out through your mouth, or in through your mouth, out through your mouth, whatever's most comfortable. Add now your second hand to the front of your chest, and now as you breathe in first to the belly, and then to the chest, filling up the second third of your lungs before you exhale again. Breathing in through the belly, and then the chest, and then exhaling. Moving the hand from your belly to the top of your chest around your collarbones. Now when you breathe in, fill your belly, then your chest, and then the top of your chest before you exhale. Focusing on the feeling of expanding your lungs fully, bottom to the top with every breath. Relax your hands down. Let yourself enjoy these last few moments of peace, of internal awareness. When you're ready, take a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, tip your chin forward and just do some gentle rolls from side to side. It can feel really lovely to coordinate this with your breath. Every exhale, move back to center, and with every inhale, sweep one ear over that shoulder. Exhaling to center. Inhale, right ear over right shoulder. Exhale to center. Inhale, left ear over left shoulder, and so on. When that feels complete, roll your shoulders up to your ears, back, and softly down, feeling the length of your spine as you breathe. A couple of these helps to unwind some tension that you might still be holding in your neck and shoulders. And so we're going to just begin with some slow wrist circles, nice and fluid, soft shoulders and elbows, moving the arms in front and taking them slowly overhead as we breathe smoothly and evenly. I like to begin with clockwise circles. And we'll come down, bringing the arms beside us. Again, nice and soft. This is great for unlocking the wrists, decompressing. Excellent after a long day of typing or driving. When you come back up, start to move the arms the other direction. So I've switched here to counterclockwise. Again, nice and slow. We'll take the arms wide, slowly overhead, only as far as comfortable. And then we'll slowly bring those arms forward and down. All the while paying attention to what feels good, exploring a comfortable range of motion. Again, a nice big shoulder roll. Lean back on your hands, stretch your feet forward. Lean back a little bit, stretch your heels away and pull your toes towards your knees. Reach under and just pull the outer thigh flesh out from under you just a little bit, or rotate those thighs a little, inner thigh down, outer thigh out. Settle in, stretching the bottoms of the feet as you pull the toes towards you. Root into your sitting bones and lengthen up the spine. Take your arms up overhead. As you exhale, tip forward, sticking your bum back and reaching forward from the center of your chest. Let the hands fall naturally where they fall on your legs. Soften your shoulders. And with every inhale, lengthen the spine, rooting down into the sitting bones. As you exhale, sink forward from the center of the chest. We're keeping a long spine here, not rounding the lower back. Remember, for some bodies, you might be just barely forward, maybe even just millimeters. When you're done, slide up, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Lean back on your hands. Come back to cross legs if you were sitting in cross legs, but this time switch the legs so the funny side or the weird feeling side goes in front. Settle in again to this new shape. Bring your left hand behind you and cross your right hand in front of your body. Take a nice big inhale, and with an exhale, just gently twist to the left. You'll notice my directions are opposite your screen, so if that's weird for you, feel free to just mirror what I'm doing. Nice big inhale, we're going to switch sides. Right hand behind, left hand crosses over. Nice big inhale, lengthen, and as you exhale, gently twist. Remember the whole time we practice to keep your breath flowing and comfortable. We unwind from twists with an inhale. So inhaling to center. Relax and soften as you exhale. We're going to do some seated cat-cows. So when you lean back, just lift your knees, pull back with your arms, and exhale. And as you inhale, arch your back, draw your chest forward. So inhales, we round the back, lean back, tuck the tailbone. Inhales, we dive forward, chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale, curl. Inhale, chest draws forward, shoulders back, lift the chin. This is a great accessible way to warm up the spine, to get out of tension in the back. Transitioning with shoulder rolls often feels really nice. When you're ready, we're going to take the legs wide, bringing blocks in front. Blocks are intended to just bring the floor a little bit closer to you. You can practice without them. Just be mindful not to go too deep into your poses. So I've got the blanket still under my hips, and it's towards the back end of my bum. Now reach your heels away, and again we might rotate the thighs here. So inner thigh towards the floor, outer thigh pulls away. Take the time to sit up nice and tall and reach the heels away, toes towards you. Start off with the blocks tall side first in front of you. When you're ready, take a big inhale and lengthen your spine. Just like before, when you exhale, tip forward from the chest. And then explore walking the blocks forward. Hips reach back. You're melting the center of the chest forward, keeping the back of your neck long. Deciding where your comfortable limit is in this pose. Not pushing for the deepest pose you can get, but finding the place where you can balance between effort and ease. So I'm exploring here what might feel the best in this moment, and it can change day to day. I enjoy turning my palms up. If you enjoy that experience, feel free. If you feel more stable with palms down, hang out there. Either way, deep breaths in every pose. Let yourself feel what your body is doing. Here, I'm just pulling my belly inside of my thighs. This is great if belly and thigh get in the way when you're trying to dive deep into a pose. Keep the feet active and the shoulders and jaw soft. When you're ready, turn your palms down if they were up and help yourself to come in closer using the blocks for support or your hands into the floor. Keeping the legs wide, we're going to take the right arm forward and pull the fingers back towards us, stretching the front of the wrist towards the opposite wall. You should get a lovely forearm stretch here. This is great for those of us that spend a lot of time at our computers. Really nice to stretch the arm. Same thing, second side. Keep the breath flowing. Fingers point down and then pull back gently with your other hand. Remember to keep the feet active here. We're still in a pose with the bottom half of our body. Switching to the next stretch, bend your elbow with your palm facing you and let your hand relax. Other hand draws the fingers from the base of the fingers down. Everybody's mobility level here is different, so move at your own pace. Don't go any deeper than feels nice. Remember to breathe. And same thing on the second side. Relax the hand, palm open. Draw the fingers back and down. Relax your hands down. Soften out a little bit from that last pose. Set your blocks aside. Lean back on your hands and slowly bring your legs back in front. Bend your knees. Bring your feet together and your knees apart. Check and see if your knees feel comfortable floating, or if they're touching the earth, that's fine too. I like to add blocks for support and recommend that, especially if you're not used to this type of stretch. I'm opening my feet here slightly, and if it's comfortable in your ankles to do that, I'd encourage you to allow the inner parts of the feet to open up a little like a book. Tuck the belly in between the thighs if that's helpful. When you're ready, placing your thumbs near the heels, take a big inhale, and as you exhale, sink forward with your chest and draw your thumbs along your insteps. This is a great little self-massage technique. So every inhale, lengthen up, pull back. Every exhale, draw the thumbs forward from heel to base of the big toe along the instep. A little bit of massage, and you can go deeper into the foot if that feels nice. This is really lovely self-care, especially if you spend a lot of time on your feet. Just a little bit of foot massage. I'm encouraging my feet to open, and now if you'd like, you can take hold of the toes and pull them away from each other for a nice bottom of the foot stretch. Settle into the pose here in your hips and sink forward only as far as comfortable while keeping your back long. I'm quite open in the hips, so you'll find I go pretty deep as I move forward. Only go as far forward as you can comfortably move and breathe easily. Yoga is about finding that balance between effort and ease. Find the place that works for you and melt into that place. Stay active and aware, and to get even deeper here, feel free to press your feet firmly together as if you're trying to pull your knees apart. And as you do that, slowly come back out of the pose, lengthening your spine and gently extending your legs. You can set your blocks just to one side. When you're ready, slowly roll over onto hands and knees. Move your blanket aside if you were sitting up on a blanket. We're going to move into hands and knees here. Make sure there's lots of space between your knees and your wrists, your hands. Make sure your hands are comfortably wide on the mat so there's lots of space for chest. You can tuck your toes or your feet can be flat. We're going to move into cat-cow breath here. So inhale, drop the belly, arch the back. Exhale, middle of the back to sky, tailbone tucks, chin towards chest. Inhale, drop the belly, tailbone up, chest forward, back of the head lifts. Exhale, round the back. Curl the tailbone. If for any reason being on hands and knees is uncomfortable for you, you're always welcome to go back to a seat and do that seated cat-cow that we did at the beginning of the practice. Honor your body. Remember, this is your practice. Exhales, we round the back. Inhales, we arch the back. At the end of your next exhale, just come to neutral spine. Draw the belly in for a bit of support. We want the back long and not too heavy. Nice big inhale. As you exhale, peer over your right shoulder, drawing your right shoulder towards your right hip. Inhale to center, and as you exhale, look over the left side, drawing left shoulder towards left hip. So we're flexing the spine in a new direction. Every inhale, move back to center. Every exhale, draw that side's shoulder to that side's hip as you move your gaze to that side. Move at your own pace, just a couple of these. And then when you're ready, roll out your wrists. Shake out any tension. It's normal to feel sore there a little bit as you put weight. We're going to stretch the right leg back now, toes down. Press the heel back. Stay stable through your torso and just breathe into a gentle calf stretch here. Back of the ankle stretch. Also excellent for feet. Remember, so easy to hold our breath here, so keep it flowing. Bring the right knee in. And when you're ready, stretch the left leg back. Same thing, toes down, heel presses back. I have a lot of flexibility in my ankles. For most people, you might not find that the heel goes back quite so far. That's super normal. Don't feel like it's not. Mostly you're looking for sensation that feels good in your body and feels like a nice stretch. When the left side feels complete, bring the left knee in. Toes are tucked. We're going to grab blocks and bring them in front. Reach back and just make sure all the toes are tucked, even if they're not tucked a lot. But sometimes you have to sort of get the little pinky toe and the second to smallest toe involved. Set your blocks at the highest height, keeping most of your weight forward. This is a pretty intense bottom of the foot and heel and toe stretch. Start to send your weight and your hips back toward your heels. And then depending on how intense that feels, you might want to intensify it by bringing the blocks a little closer or a little higher, by sending more and more of your weight into your heels and then down into your toes. I'm going to show several intensifying steps. Stop where you're comfortable and breathe there. This pose can go as deep as having your weight fully on your toes and your heels, nothing on your hands. And to add further intensity, you could even take the arms up overhead. Remember, being further forward is gentler. More weight in your heels is more intense. So choose your level and hang out there. Keep your breath flowing. For this pose, it's really important that you move out of it really slowly. It can feel a little bit stiff when you're coming out. So slowly bring yourself and your blocks and your weight forward and away from the feet. And then once the weight is forward, lift the toes, curl, crunch them and uncrunch them a little bit, and then maybe drum the tops of your feet on the floor. It feels great. You can set your blocks aside again. Walk your knees back so you've got lots of space in front of you on the mat. And plug into your hands, spreading the 5 fingers on each hand. Start to send your weight forward so your shoulders are right over your wrists. Sink your hips down towards the mat for a knee down plank pose. Keep breathing. And slowly lower yourself down to the mat with a long spine. Keep the shoulders back and down. Press into the tops of your toes. Press your palms into the mat. When you're ready, with an inhale, lift up, drawing your chest forward, lifting the back of your head. Try not to crunch your neck here. Cobra pose. Exhale, come down again. You want as little weight in your hands as possible, so try this with the hands lifted. Big inhale, lift up. You want to use your back muscles. And exhale, come down again. Try again with the palms touching lightly. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. One more. Exhale. Fold your arms in front of you. Rest your forehead. Wiggle a little bit. Unlock your body from that last pose. Make sure you feel soft on the mat. Turn your left cheek down to your hands. And draw your right knee up alongside you. Your gaze is to the left. Your right knee is alongside you on the floor. And just a couple breaths. This should feel really nice, not pinchy in your hips or your back. So if it's pinchy, do it a little more gently. Knee up, down a little bit lower, or just skip it. When you're ready, slowly bring that right leg back. Shift your gaze to the other side. Right cheek down, gazing to the left. Bring your left knee up alongside you. Same pose, just the other side. Settle in and breathe. When you're ready, slowly bring that left leg back behind you. Center the gaze, forehead on both hands. Now shift your gaze again to the right, and this time just stretch your right arm out alongside you to the right. Spread out all 5 fingers, and then shift your gaze back to the left. So right cheek back down towards your hand. Stretch out the right arm away from you. This is a gentle stretch that gets into the forearm, sometimes into the shoulder or upper arm, sometimes the front of the chest. It's a gentle, accessible stretch for those of us that get tight in those areas. Gentle breathing. When you're ready, we'll switch and do the other side. So this time, again, shift your gaze to the left, stretch your left arm long, spread out all 5 fingers. And then shift your gaze back to the right. So there's a little bit of a twist in here, very subtle. That left hand stays a bit active. You can even press it down into the floor a little to deepen the feeling of the stretch. Trust your body, trust what feels good. Turn your gaze back to center, tuck your toes. And slowly and carefully press your way back up to hands and knees. Grab your blocks so they're at the other end of your mat, or just out of the way. Settle yourself onto your bum. Bend your knees with your feet flat. And just scooch towards the front of the mat. This is the point where I would also remove any hair clips. We will be moving to our backs next. So hold on to the front of your knees, pull the belly in between the thighs here, lengthen your spine, nice long spine. When you're ready, bring your hands beside you and slowly lower yourself down to the mat. It's nice here to tuck the tailbone slightly, so scoop a little bit. This will lengthen your low back. Knees bent, feet flat. Stretch your legs long here and grab your yoga strap. Bend your right knee, right foot to the mat. And when you're ready, bring that right knee toward your belly or chest and take the strap around the front of your shin, just below your knee. Keep breathing and take a couple slow, deep breaths. Let the left leg stay long and relaxed, and then reach the left heel away a bit, activating the left foot. If that's too intense, you can always bend the left knee, place the left foot to the mat. Try to keep shoulders relaxed and elbows bent. When you're ready, bring that right foot down. We're going to switch sides, so stretch the right foot long, bend your left knee, place your left foot on the floor, and then hug the left knee in towards your body. Keep the left foot relaxed and the right foot active. So press into the back of the right heel, hug that left knee in, and relax the shoulders and the elbows as much as you can. If it's a comfortable reach, you could skip the strap, wrap your hands around the front of your shin or the back of your thigh here if you prefer that. Always remember the breath. When you're ready, slowly bring the left leg down. Bend your right knee and take the strap around the front of both shins. When you're ready, bring both knees in. Totally okay here to separate the knees to make space for belly, but hug those legs in and just gently rock side to side. If that doesn't feel nice, just hang out in stillness in the center of your mat, hugging your knees in close. When you're ready, slowly bring the feet down. You can set the strap aside for now. Make sure your back is comfortable. We're going to set up for relaxation, a little Shavasana together, a rest. Here it's nice if the low back gets pinchy to take the feet a little wider than your knees. Bring your knees towards each other. This widens the lower back. If you like some weight or warmth, you could add a blanket across the belly, or if your legs are extended, you could place the blanket on the top of the thighs. Add an eye pillow if you like, and make sure that nothing is touching your hands or arms. If it's comfortable for your body, turn your hands gently palms up. Relax the tops of your shoulders back, and settle into your breath. Take these first few moments of rest to notice the effects of your practice. Notice how your breath feels. Notice how your body feels. Notice the state of your mind and emotions. And especially notice how these things may or may not have changed since you first settled into practice. Once you've taken the time to notice, just allow your body to soften. Allow your mind to drift. Allow your breath to flow in a comfortable, passive way. In this moment, there is nowhere you need to be, nothing else you need to be doing. Allow yourself to feel supported, held, and safe. Slowly start to move your body and stretch. Start with fingers, toes, and then maybe arms long, legs long. When you're ready, bend your knees. Slowly roll to one side, bringing the eye pillow with you, and then slowly sliding it away from your eyes, letting the light in through closed eyelids. If you weren't using an eye pillow, just try to keep your eyes closed as long as possible, and slowly press your way up to a comfortable seat. You can add a blanket for under your hips again if you like. Settle yourself into whatever seated position is comfortable for your body. Find that long spine again. When you're ready, take a big inhale and exhale. Bring your palms to your heart, thumbs against your chest. Inhale, and as you exhale, tip your chin forward. We'll close this practice with deep gratitude for ourselves for making this time for self-care. Gratitude for this practice of yoga and for each other. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I hope you will join me again soon. Have a great night.